I'm about to tell you something that you've definitely heard before, and something that you might not want to get your hopes up about just yet, but I'm going to say it partly for the thrill, and partly because I hope it happens, as do loads of other West Ham fans. So, drum roll please. David Moyes wants to make big signings and have a massive overhaul this summer. What? Why are crickets chirping? Why are crickets chirping when I said that? What he does? He said it. It's been reported in the media. He said it. Okay, look. Okay. David Moyes wants West Ham to keep qualifying for Europe. I think that's key to keeping some of our bigger name players. This summer could be a shot at showing Declan Rice how much ambition the club really does have. Now, I'm not too sure about transfer budgets or what have you, or whatever's going to be coming out, but something tells me that it's quite large, although I'm yet to see this as concrete proof. I'm not sure where I'm hearing this rumour that there's a £150 million budget over the summer. That's the kind of money we'd expect if we sell Rice. But let's just put this imaginary figure into play and assume that we actually do have this figure without having to sell to buy. It means that it opens the door for good talent to come through, but also I would still expect Moyes to have canny spending. Moyes is not going to do what Pellegrini did and lob 175 million at the very least over 2 summers on massive wage players. No. Have we not learned from that? We don't want that. Moyes would still be quite canny with a big budget. And I haven't got a problem with that. I don't mind his signings. But he definitely needs to have an overhaul in the squad and get rid of a lot of dead wood. There's a lot of dead wood players in this team. I won't say names right now, but some players aren't good enough even as backup options. And we need strong depth throughout. Strong depth means that if your regular starters go down, you can at least have somebody to lean on. You know, we need somebody to lean on, and our full-backs ain't got that. So that's a bit of an issue that needs to be addressed. You see, because I am going to just, crap on someone right now. For example, if Cresswell goes down, we can't really have Masuaku playing as left back because he's a bit of a liability. Do you know what I'm saying? Or say, for example, if Ben Johnson goes down, Ryan Fredericks comes in, he's a bit of a liability because he can't bloody defend. So Moyes, I think, is going to want good, adequate depth all around. And that doesn't mean stopgaps, because he's not a stopgap manager. Even though stopgaps do have a bit of a role to play, because they are temporary solutions in order for you to search for a long-term player, shall we say, it doesn't necessarily work out all the time, and it's just a waste of money. Moyes doesn't really want that. And anyone who thinks that he really does waste money on players is wrong. Let's take a look at Nikola Vlasic. If you think he's a waste of 30 million, you're wrong. Moyes sees something in him. I see something in him. I see energy and good dribbling ability in Vlasic, and there's something in that guy that needs to be unlocked. It's going to take time to find out what. Maybe he's not playing in the right positions. Who knows? That's a topic for another day. Moyes wants big name signings, and this should apparently put pressure on the board, with whom he's reportedly spoken to back him. Now, there have been times in the past where I think Moyes should have walked because of a lack of backing. The Kurt Zouma transfer had to go through, otherwise I think Moyes would have probably walked to that point. The owners of this club need to keep him on because they see some longevity in his reign at West Ham. They see him as a consistent success here. And without Moyes, I don't know where we would be. If he were to get sacked, I don't think GSB would appoint a bigger name manager. I just don't think it's going to happen. So we have to think about the long-term with this club, and this is how I've said in previous videos, we've got to have long-term planning. If we get all these young, hungry players in over the summer, players like Jonathan David, pardon me, for example, players like Schlotterbeck, I think we could actually be cooking up something pretty nice, something pretty tasty in our squad. And we'll get some really lovely, beautiful techie ballers in our team. And that's what I want. I love technical football. I love a techie attack. And we need that. I think Moyes needs that as well. I think he's going to probably use a lot of the domestic leagues. It's not like him to go for foreign leagues. He's going to pick and choose his players very carefully. Moyes likes to have players who pass his Moyes test as not necessarily glamorous players, but hard-working, committed players who want to play for the badge, rather than some flair players who just want to play for the paycheck. So that's got to be taken into consideration with signing players. But this summer's going to be massive again, and we've got to spend a lot of money because I expect a lot of players to leave. We're going to be short in a lot of positions. We need that depth. Summer's the time to do this. And if we can get it right, we'll be onto something, and I'll be happy. Don't get your hopes up yet, folks, and don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Because how many times have we heard that same rhetoric of we'll spend big in the summer, it's going to be a big transfer window in the summer, that it hasn't been. I'm also prepared to accept that we might even wait until the last week of the window, and that's going to have costly effects, because we'll miss out on everybody. But even if we do get in all those absolutely amazing players in the last week of the window, I still won't complain, but I think we could have done more. Proactivity, urge, desire and commitment will be needed this summer. We get the right players in, we'll be set for the future. You'll have a happy fan base and a happy squad and good chemistry and good bonding. It's going to be a test, it's going to be difficult, but David Moyes is used to doing this, proving people wrong and working with the right players, as he calls it, time and time again. So this summer, let's back the manager and give him what he wants. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Off the Press. If you like this video, then please, guys, smash the like button, comment below, because I read your comments. Subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you very much for watching this, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.